of Change News.
This is Voice of Change Radio News. Good day, I'm Amanda Kumalo. A look at the top stories. Belarus President tours national heroes Acre. In business news, Business Forum to clinch trade deals, VP Chiwenga. In regional and international news, Zim Belarus strengthen bilateral ties. In sports news, Nakamba finds new club. The news in detail. Visiting Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko, who is in the country on a 3-day state visit, has this morning visited the National Heroes Acre in Harare. President Lukashenko was met at the National Shrine by Foreign Affairs and International Trade Minister Frederick Shava. He inspected a half-guard mounted by officers from the Presidential Guard. He then laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier and was then given a history of the National Shrine by Ms. Rumbidzai, a curator with the National Museums and Monuments of Zimbabwe. The government has bought state-of-the-art equipment under the Emergency Road Rehabilitation Program as it moves to repair and reconstruct roads in most residential areas in and around the city, which are now in a bad state following council's failure to rehabilitate them. So far, the government has rehabilitated at least 40 roads in the city, and by next week, 15 other roads are said to be reconstructed. Moving on to business news. Businesses from Belarus are encouraged to invest in Zimbabwe to strengthen existing good political relations between the two countries, Vice President Constantino Chiwenga said yesterday during a business forum held just ahead of a 3-day state visit to Zimbabwe by President Alexander Lukashenko. VP Chiwenga expressed optimism that visits by government officials and business executives from Belarus will result in business deals. A look at what is happening beyond our borders. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko arrived in the country yesterday for a historic 3-day state visit where several deals in key sectors of agriculture, mining, infrastructure development, science and innovation are expected to be consummated. President Lukashenko arrived at the Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport yesterday afternoon and was welcomed by President Mnangagwa, cabinet ministers, diplomats and hordes of jubilant ZANU-PF supporters who celebrated the fruits of the country's engagement and re-engagement agenda. The visit by President Lukashenko is a first of its kind to sub-Saharan Africa and signifies Zimbabwe's growing global influence and success of President Mnangagwa's policy of a friend to all and enemy to none, and also the Zimbabwe is open for business mantra. And finally, in sports, Zimbabwe international soccer player Marvelous Nakamba is set to leave Aston Villa before the close of the deadline tonight amid talks linking the midfielder to some unnamed English Championship football side. That ends this news bulletin.
Voice of Change News.